All right, if you're selling products online or your retail location that needs to start selling products online, maybe you're a small to medium sized business and your sales have plateaued, you need to start marketing for the first time. You need a solid strategy for creating a new stream of regular buyers on a consistent basis. And in this video, I'm going to give you the 5 ways that I use to attract a consistent stream of new buyers through social media. Let's dive in. There are 5 questions that you need to ask yourself that I ask myself before starting any marketing campaign for e-commerce. Now, if you don't know already, e-commerce is the business of selling products online. And this is my 5 methods for attracting buyers. Now, number 1, who is my customer and who do they want to become? Buyers don't want to hear about your product and its features, okay? They can't understand that. They don't have enough time to figure that out. They need to hear about themselves and their own internal desires and emotions and how your product is going to fulfill those for them. Now, buyers want to hear about how your product is going to make them feel emotionally when they buy it. So if your product pages, your home pages are about your product features, then you're not hitting the buyers where they need to be felt triggered emotionally in order to make that buying decision. If you want to hear more about this entire process and figure it out for your business, I've got a free marketing workshop. There's a link up in the top corner that'll take you there. You can register today. There's not enough time to cover this entire process in the video, so I'm just going to go over these tactics quickly. Now, number 2, what problems are your buyers having? This is really important that a lot of people don't think about. Your buyers are on a journey and they're going to stumble into different kinds of problems that are going to lead them to your product. And you need to figure out what are those problems that the buyers are researching, what are they looking into that are ultimately going to lead them to your product. What are the possible conclusions that your buyers could come to about their problems? Okay, you need to figure out all those different angles and what are all the possible problems that buyers could have which could lead them away from your product, okay, as well as to your product. And that's a very interesting one that you have to really dig into. I explain that more in the e-commerce marketing workshop. For number 3, what are the solutions that your buyers think they need? This is really important because a lot of people think they know what their buyers need, and they probably do. The solutions that you've come up with are probably fantastic. The problem is your buyers don't know they need them. Okay, and this is a big problem with most marketing online, is that your buyers are going to come to the conclusion about their problem and about their solutions, and they're going to go after those solutions they think they need. You're going to need to do a lot of help training your customers about how to get back on track to guide them down the buyer's journey to your product. So you're going to need to be thinking about what are all the possible solution categories that could lead your buyers away from your product, and what are all of the solution categories that are going to lead them to your product ultimately. Okay, step number 3, no, that was 3. Step number 4, how can you demonstrate your product and your authority in the niche that you serve? Okay. Now, are there buyers that have had hesitations about your product and they've used your product and then fell in love with it after they overcame their hesitation? Do you have stories about customers who have tried other products and failed and only to come back to yours? Now, you need to understand that stories build trust through relationships, and that you need to use these stories to communicate and to build that relationship with your customers and to educate them on the problems and solutions that your product offers. Now, if you're getting any kind of value out of this at all so far, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. Better yet, go ahead and put in the comments below your industry and how you think these methods are going to help you attract new buyers. If you want to learn more about this entire buyer's journey from start to finish, all these questions that you need to ask yourself in order to guide the buyers down and build an audience that you can begin selling to, go ahead and jump into the free e-commerce marketing workshop where I cover the entire buyer's journey and help you come up with all the answers for all these questions. Tip number 5. What do buyers want and need to learn about your product? And this is really important. And this is where all the marketing comes in, because a lot of times customers aren't going to dig through all of your features and all of your questions in your website to figure out if your product solves that for them. So if you can come up with all this information and topics about what customers are going to need to learn in order to know that your product is the best solution for them, that's what you want to focus on in your marketing. How are they going to pick the best model? Is there a gap in the prevailing knowledge that you solve? This is a very critical point I go deep into, that you can promote in order to say, hey, if you're doing it this old way, you need to make sure you get this test or this assessment or this something. And if you don't have it, you're going to get it wrong. You're going to end up buying the wrong product. That could be your unique selling proposition right there, is having that assessment or that test or something like that before selling your product. All right. If you want to learn more about this entire process, the buyer's journey from start to finish, the transformation that your customers are going to go through, and all of the problems and solutions, all of this kind of information, and be able to turn it into actionable scripts that you can use in your product descriptions, as well as your homepage and in your marketing, jump into the free e-commerce marketing workshop where I go over this entire process for you. We'll see you there.